Welcome to Pick a Card reading with Michelle Diva. These cards are very special to me, and I have prayed, I have meditated. My sole intention is to pull up a message that is meant for you who's watching this video right now. Pick a number from 1 to 3, and even take a moment to pause this video if you want to feel the energy of these cards and to feel which card you're most gravitated to. And we'll be right back with your reading. Hi, and welcome to those who picked card number 1, Fairy of the Highlands. It's time to be brave. And boy, is it ever, you guys. There's so much going on in this world, and it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe some of the ups and the downs that we have been constantly going through for the past 8 months. It's crazy. There have been times that you may have even felt your inner child come out. And, you know, your inner child is sometimes that small, afraid piece of you that doesn't know how to handle things, that doesn't know how to put something together. Even though you may have tried, and you've tried and tried over again, but you still, at the end of the day, find yourself shrugging your shoulders, going, I don't know how to put this back together. I don't know how to make this work. I can't say that everything is going to be 100% okay, because it's not going to be 100% okay. The Fairy of the Highlands is that inner child in you that's saying, honey, it's time to be brave. You can get through this. Now, what I would like to do is read to you from the Oracle of Shadows and Light, which is where this card comes from. And I'll read what the description of it says. About the Fairy of the Highlands. The Fairy of the Highlands does not want to fight. She feels it is not in her nature. She wants to resolve disputes peacefully, but she will fight if it comes to that. And she is showing you now that you too have the means to stand up for yourself. Even though you have almost chronically avoided conflict, allowed others to take advantage, it is time to take up this sword. Step into that part of yourself that knows how to take a stand, speak the truth, and not back down when the threat of a conflict looms. It may seem unnatural and wrong and frightening, and this little fairy knows it, but it is time, and this giving up of what you have worked so hard for in order to avoid conflict or confrontation is no longer right. Take the stand, hold up the sword. The Fairy of the Highlands will be there with you, and when the threat is over, she will help you celebrate your victory. Here's a quote from the Fairy of the Highlands. See this, my sword of power? I have long feared to use it, but now I must grow strong and take it up, and you must too. The thought of wielding it, of hurting anything or anyone makes me sad, but I know what must be done, and I must learn to fight the good fight and stand up for what I believe in. Although I have been told I must not be aggressive, in fact, I must now take up my arms against this trouble and finish it for good. I am going into battle, and for that I feel sorrow, but I will be fearless and strong and do what needs to be done. I may bathe my sword in tears, but I will no longer hold it back when the threat that approaches relies on my fear for its victory. I will no longer give away my power so easily. This time, I will take back what is mine. The divination meaning. The time of truce is over. It is time to speak your truth and be strong. People have been taking over your ground, wanting what you worked hard for without doing the work themselves. They have done so by taking advantage of your peaceful nature. But enough is enough. Sad as it is time to change this, to cut away the cords between you and those who have taken so much. Now you will go into battle. Yes, it is sad. Yes, the highway ferry is sad for you. But do not allow sorrow and guilt to neglect self-protection. Honor yourself, raise yourself, and do not back down. Message is a time for spirit. About the Pink Lotus Fairy. You may love your guilt-free rants, staying up too late and happily behaving badly, but you're about to balance all that out with some very powerful new spiritual teachings and connections. You are about to meet a wise one who seems very still, very slow, and very peaceful. She will be tranquil and serene and immersed in a path that until now has felt too slow or foreign for you. But this teacher, who is represented by the Pink Lotus Fairy, will assist you in finding more of your soul's true wisdom. Within the time of inner discovery, you will commit to disciplined new training in the mental realms. Study, physical movement that is unfamiliar to you, all of which helps you to naturally choose thoughts that are empowering and enlivening, yet completely authentic and real. You will learn to be still and to listen to the beat of your heart without giving in to restlessness or the critical voice inside or the cliches the ego loves to trip you up with. After you have learned more discipline through peaceful practice of meditation or exercise of mantras, you will nurture yourself more willingly, without guilt, and you will have returned to a place of tranquility, self-love, and peace. You will bring into balance your own shadows and light. Don't worry, you will be happier and more peaceful, but you won't be boring. You could never be. Here's what the Pink Lotus Fairy has to say to you. On your journey, on your quest, there are times when it's worth finding that every heavenly place within, where the soul of love resides, in this blissful state, this nirvana, you'll be nurturing. Some new, very enriching and exciting information and guidance will come to you. It would be very helpful for you to take up yoga, Pilates, or a physical exercise that has a spiritual practice attached to it in order to cultivate your inner peace and to receive these messages clearly. Soon a teacher, guide, or mentor will enter your life. When you meet that person, know he is here to demonstrate ways for you to find your own path and to grow and evolve into the being you are meant to be. Go within, look deeply into your heart, and find the love that overflows in its secret quiet places. Your love is rich and warm and flowing still, and it is time for you to renew your connection to the source via the teachings you will be introduced to soon. When you patiently learn from a good teacher who is pure in intent, your powers of focus, telepathy, intuition, and inner peace, no matter what the outer circumstances, will be greatly amplified. The divination message for Pink Lotus Fairy is spiritual quest, travel, calm, relaxed yoga pose, self-love and self-acceptance. The third eye and the crown chakra activation, chakra awakening, connection to all, crown chakra connected to the universe, receiving universal love messages, self-connected peacefully to the earth, peaceful, flowing energy in the body, tranquil, sublime, spiritual moments of connection, blessings showering upon you due to correct relationships with body and soul. Oh, that sounds so good. Time to take a class, course, or new study program. Time to welcome in a new teacher, either in the form of a physical being or perhaps a path that speaks to your heart at this time, or a spirit guide who resonates with you. Know that while this path and tranquil, easeful philosophy may seem out of character for you, it is a deep and true part of yourself that has long yearned for acknowledgement, fulfillment, and the nirvana that is on its way. Hello for everyone that picked card number 3, the Storm Angel. Collisions of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. You know, everybody is not going to agree with you 100% of the time. Heck, they may not even agree with you 50% of the time. But let me tell you something. It's super important for you to always speak your opinion on something that is important to you and that you're passionate about. This Storm Angel, I mean, she's the one that comes in, you know, when there's conflict and when energies are just like going crazy. Have you ever been in a situation where, you know, your energy may be going like this and then their energy is going like this, and then together it becomes like one huge just collision? Well, that's what this card is speaking to. And it's the Storm Angel, and I'm going to read to you what the description is for the card. About the Storm Angel. This beautiful fairy is dressed in storms. Energy around her crackles and sizzles, but she is calm and unharmed. Now it is your time to turn to learn to deal with the energy that is around you without compromising your own. She appears when energies with major differences collide, when intentions are vastly different, when techniques are worlds apart, and when incompatible belief systems meet up. The Storm Angel speaks, and here's what she says to you. There is nothing wrong at all with difference. Diversity is wonderful. Shadows and light are beautiful and necessary and can coexist in harmony, but certain kinds of differences or certain kinds of difference do not blend. Like oil and water, they separate and cannot coexist in harmony. Therefore, I bring change. When change comes, for some it's simple, easy and flowing. For others, dramatic, erratic, wild, and full of static. Like I said, I appear when two forms of energy collide, high and low. I then appear to burn away the old and create a clear, fresh vibration where all that is stale and fearful and unpleasant has been cleared away. The wonderful thing about this challenging collision is that while you'll be nudged out of your comfort zone, you'll also realize just how much has changed and how far you have come. The results will be worth the pressure. Trust me. When I appear, I know that it is natural for people to feel tension, to become even more entrenched in their beliefs, and to refuse to let go. The only approach you can take right now is to clearly and powerfully remain in integrity. Do not compromise who you are out of a misguided notion of being quote-unquote compassionate. You must speak the truth that is in your heart and stay committed to the truth. The divination message for this card is there may be arguments, even angry situations and fights at the moment. Withheld energies are being freed so they can be released. You will uncover the truth about a situation, as no one can lie when this angel is about her work. Any lies, deception, manipulation, and cheating will be revealed. The most important objective for you when the Storm Angel is about is to speak truthfully and act in integrity, as all is about to become very transparent, and her fierce bright light will reveal all that is hidden so it can be banished for good. Phew! Now that is a good card if you are feeling anything like conflict and tension, and like you're butting heads with someone about a certain belief or even about certain passions. Do know that when there's conflict, it also invites people to communicate. The invitation is there. Not everybody chooses to communicate. They don't. But when they do, something can be learned from the situation. And that also includes you listening. I hope this card helped. Thank you.